Warning: sensitive content.
The first is the example of the person who comprehends Allah's religion and gets benefit from the knowledge thereof, which Allah has revealed through me, means the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Not me that's reading here, no. I'm just reading.
Yes, Master.
Through
Yes,
me
Master.
means the Prophet, peace be upon him, had told the audience at that time. Through me. The Prophet and learns and then teaches others. The last example is that of a person who does not care for it and does not take Allah's guidance revealed through me. Then he is like that barren land. Yeah, we have all this, right?
Yes, Master.
Outside our group. How many times I went to lecture at different places, different lands, but not many people kabish or care. Not many. Some even came in for initiation, but also left.
Yes, Master.
Go back to meat and wine and whatever, improper sex, for example.
Yes, Master.
Because that is easier for them than to deny themselves of those sinful activities. They get used to it and it's easier. They don't want to change. They don't want to better themselves. So it's like the Prophet, peace be upon him, said here, they are just like barren land.
Yes, Master.
Even the rain fell down on them, but benefits no one. Benefits nothing.
Yes.
So that's just about it for today. Oh, did I forget anything? Oh, maybe. I thought I saw one more. Oh, okay. There's one more left. Last one for today.
Okay, thank you, Master.
Thank you, Master.
There is a compiled list. Some of them I read, some of them I don't.
Okay, thank you, Master.
Because some of them are just telling some stories about some disciples, and it's not much. Because we can read the whole life, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
The way I explain and talk. This is just a few paragraphs up to now.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
And the first volume, only book 3. And within that we selected only 4 or 5 articles.
Right, Master.
So now this is the last one from this selection for tonight. Because I still have a lot of work that you shoved onto me, you know, right? I have not finished all of the work that you have given to me yet. You know, editing for the Supreme Master TV.
Yes, Master.
I wish you don't always give me those with food. Delicious they look, and
mouth-watering.
yeah, and a long time no have or never had before. Wishing could, but can't. All right. This is another portion of Hadith narrated by Anas again. Oh, this Anas we have seen before. The first one.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the second time. Allah's apostle said, they just repeating what the Master has said, what the Prophet, peace be upon him, has said. Often in the Hadith it's like that. Either that or they recount some stories about the Prophet, peace be upon him, personally, or something that happened, some miracles or something that happened concerning the Prophet or his disciples.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
But this is another short story from Anas. Allah's apostle said, means the Prophet, peace be upon him.
Yes, Master.
They call him at that time Allah's apostle. He's a prophet. It's the same.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Allah's apostle said, quote, from among the portents of the hour are the following. First, religious knowledge will be taken away, meaning doomsday, the end time. He predicted. He told the signs of it. Just like we have many AP, ancient predictions on our planet.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
I wonder why your Muslim brothers and sisters did not make an AP out of this. So the Prophet, peace be upon him, foretold that there are some important signs of the hour, means the doomsday, are the following. Number 1, when religious knowledge will be taken away by the death of religious learned men. Number 2, religious ignorance will prevail. Number 3, drinking of alcohol drinks will be very common. True.
Yes.
Master.
Number 4, there will be prevalence of open illegal sexual intercourse. Yeah. We saw all that, right?
Yes, Master.
We are seeing all that as well, right?
Yes, Master.
You see, so religious knowledge will be taken away. That is for sure.
Yes.
Those so-called religious leaders nowadays, they don't know a thing about the religion that they follow.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
I mean, many of them don't know.
Yes.
I don't say all of them, but, those low life and ignorant. And proclaim to be big shots even, and sit on the biggest seat of religious splendor.
Yes.
So the knowledge will be taken away. How? Because some religious learned men are no longer available. Either they're dead, or persecuted, or gone by the time, old age or something. Therefore, the learned religious persons are no longer available. So what's left behind after their demise is just empty words,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
incomprehensible words. Many can read it and recite it like parrots, or recite by heart even, and be praised for it. But they don't understand a thing,
That's right.
and they don't even act according to it.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Yeah. Like the prophet, peace be upon him, will teach you, you shall not kill, because you, the killer and the killed, both will go to hell.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very clear. Yeah?
Yes, Master.
And you should treat animals, people kindly,
Yes.
because in the Quran it says that there's not any animals with 2 legs or wings or 4 legs, but they all are people like you, like us.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
So we have to treat it kindly.
Yes.
Yes.
Allah wants that, and the Prophet, peace be upon him, have taught that. But what do? They're killing lamb children and sheep people. Any opportunity they can, just to make a fest, a religious festival.
Yes, Master.
Yeah. The Prophet, peace be upon him, maybe saved, or Jesus maybe saved some injured or weak animal people, but their followers nowadays continue eating them, murdering them, torturing them in different locations in the whole world,
Yes.
Yes.
regardless of any religion. They all do the same. They don't follow the teachings of the prophets, of the masters.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
So the prophets, peace be upon him, say here that the true religious knowledge will be taken away, gone. Because nobody can understand. Nobody truly understands or really takes anything seriously, because they don't care. Also are ignorant. And the true religious learned men are no longer there. That's why. Okay, so we can see that now, huh?
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
We can see that most of so-called priests and high priests and the top most of the religious leaders, they're all ignorant.
Yes.
Yes.
They have nothing of the so-called religious knowledge at all. Zero, below zero, and even low life, leading life like devils on earth. You see that?
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
And supporting it or condoning it. If they don't do it themselves, then they support it or condone it or just ignore it like nothing happened to the suffering of or the innocent.
Pope Francis refuses to answer accusations that he knew about alleged sex abuse by a former cardinal and allowed him to serve unpunished. A former Vatican official made the claims in a letter. Now, this comes less than 2 weeks after a scathing grand jury report in Pennsylvania detailed sex abuse in the Catholic Church.
The explosive letter was penned by the man who was the Vatican's ambassador to the U.S., and he called on Pope Francis to resign. The 11-page letter by Italian Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano alleges that back in 2013, he told Pope Francis of the allegations of sex abuse against former Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. But he writes the pontiff ignored that and allowed McCarrick to continue to publicly serve the church for another 5 years. The 88-year-old McCarrick resigned from his role as cardinal earlier this summer amid a wave of sex abuse allegations, including many involving seminarians.
Now to the Vatican's explosive new report tonight about disgraced former Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. What the report reveals about Pope John Paul II and what the Vatican says he knew.
An explosive Vatican report revealing Pope John Paul II knew about extensive sexual abuse allegations regarding adults and minors against Theodore McCarrick, but still promoted him to Archbishop and then Cardinal. McCarrick, at one time one of the most powerful Catholics in America, directed millions of dollars to the church, even as allegations and rumours surfaced for decades. James Grind claims McCarrick abused him for 2 decades, starting as a child in the 1960s.
While the report itself is powerful, the abuse to me was incredibly heinous, and it hurts forever.
So they have nothing of religious knowledge. Otherwise, they wouldn't dare to do all that.
Yes.
Or supporting all that, or condoning that, or keeping in silence, regardless of the suffering of the followers.
Yes.
In their hands, by their hands. Not like enemies are killing them or oppressing them. No, they themselves oppress, molest, rape, torture, murder children.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
Master.
Not to talk about adults yet. Children, babies. I don't know why they still call them priests or popes or whatever title.
Yeah.
Tim was just 12 when he says he was raped by his Catholic parish priest. He believes the Pope's letter of apology is not enough.
Words, 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 thoughts and prayers does not make a child safer. He could, with the stroke of a pen, demand that every diocese in the world release the records, no more secret files.
Tim and other survivors also want the Pope to punish bishops who've covered up abuse. The Pope's letter comes days after a U.S. state of Pennsylvania report estimated that 300 Roman Catholic priests in their state alone molested at least 1,000 children over the past 8 decades.
What are prayers and penance going to do for folks who are now abusing alcohol and drugs to self-medicate because a priest raped them at 3?
An inquiry was underway in Australia between 2013 and 2016 into institutional responses to childhood sexual abuse. During that, more than 4,000 people said that as children they had been abused by people in the Catholic Church or its institutions. The inquiry revealed that allegations had been made against 7% of all those who'd been Catholic priests between 1950 and 2010. As a boy, Damien DeMarco was one of those abused. In the decades since, he's worked to expose the failure of organisations to protect children.
I'm aware of quite a lot of kids who've died from suicide or drug overdose, and people who are still serious drug addicts on the street. It does a lot of damage.
During the inquiry, Cardinal Pell, who'd risen through the Australian Catholic Church's ranks to become Archbishop of Melbourne and then Sydney, was accused of covering up the abuse of others.
The Pope is dealing with similar cases of abuse and cover-up around the world.
If the Vatican was approaching this issue with integrity, a Pope would have come here and not just kissed the ground when he landed, but gotten on his knees and acknowledged the truth of what's happened in this country and the Vatican's role in it 15 years ago when people needed that to happen. This is late, and for any acknowledgement of the abuse issue to be a mere afterthought, I think is reprehensible.
Well, a culture of silence with complete, even cruel indifference. That's how an explosive new report is describing the response by the French Catholic Church to 7 decades of sexual abuse. This investigation in France certainly follows other reports from other countries. If you look at Australia, the 2017 report found that 7% of Australian priests were accused of abusing children between 1950 to 2015. And then if you look, of course, in Germany, a 2018 report found that the German Catholic Church admitted to at least 3,677 cases of child sex abuse by clergy between 1946 and 2014. And then, of course, England and Wales, a 2020 report found that between 1970 and 2015, the church received over 900 complaints involving more than 3,000 cases of child sex abuse.
I don't care about all these titles. It's all garbage, all rubbish, worse than garbage.
Yes, Master.
Garbage we still can recycle and can use. After a while, they can fertilize the earth. But these people up there, they're worse than garbage. They're worse than devils. They should be taken away as soon as possible so people don't become misled or confused or losing faith in God and Jesus Christ or Buddha or Lord Mahavira or Guru Nanak or Hinduism, whatever.
Exactly.
All these people should be gone. They should go away. They should disappear. Leave us in peace. Leave the true believers in peace.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Not misleading them, not confusing them, like the devils would do,
Yes.
and destroying religion. Number 2, religious ignorance will prevail. Yes, they're similar to the first one. For example, they will interpret it all differently, or they will not know much about their religion, or the Bible, or the Sutra, or the holy books that they are reading every day.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, or proclaiming that they know, but they know nothing. Because if they know, they wouldn't do what they are doing,
That's right, Master.
or what they did.
Yes,
So all these religious, ignorant people should just disappear, go away, hide in somewhere, and leave people alone even to figure it out themselves. They might even get enlightened better than by listening to them.
Yes, Master.
They know nothing. They know nothing. That's why. They know nothing, not only know nothing, but do the opposite of what the religious top leaders should do.
Yes, Master.
And therefore mislead people and make a bad, evil example for their followers.
Yes, Master.
That's why other people, they worship devils, because they think worshiping the priest of God is useless.
Yes, Master.
They worship the devil, they think it's more honest than proclaiming to be a priest and do just like the devils.
Yes.
And outright, openly.
Yes,
Master.
Master.
That's horrible. Shocking.
Yeah. Number 3, drinking of alcoholic drinks will be very common. This I don't have to explain, no?
We see it.
Yeah, a lot of people do it.
Yeah, maybe you can count the pubs and the bars and anywhere they just serve alcohol. It doesn't have to be in the pub or in the club or in the bar. It's everywhere. You can buy it in the supermarket from a machine even.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, you drink anywhere, in the park, in the parking lot, in the car, in the airplane.
Yes, Master.
There's nowhere that doesn't have alcohol for you to drink, and available and legal.
Yeah.
Long time ago, I remember in America, maybe 100 years ago, they forbid alcohol.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
And to brew alcohol drinks was an offense, that we go to jail and all that. And then suddenly it's all free.